Hi everyone. I've just painted my nails, so holding things is just really awkward because I'm taking forever to drive, and I know I do have the ugliest hands in the world, big piano fingers. Okay, today's video is going to be high street versus high end. Now, as a makeup artist, I am expected to have high-end products because I am delivering a luxury service to people. Getting your makeup done is not something that everybody can afford to get done every week or any time they have a night out. It's something that people get done on special occasions like their wedding day. So turning up with a 4 eyeshadow palette by Rimmel is not going to cut it. People expect me to have the best of the best in my kit. But that doesn't mean that because it's high end or because it's high street, it's not good. There are some amazing high street products out there, and I'm going to talk about them today. This is high street versus high end. I'm going to talk about from foundations, concealers, translucent powders, to your eyes, to your contouring, to your lips. So apologies for anyone who watched my last video because the start of this is going to be talking about foundations and your base. So I'll be repeating some of the stuff that I said on my last video, which was on foundations. I did miss out one thing that I wanted to tell you all in my last video and I forgot to mention, so I'm going to quickly say it now, and that is when you are getting matched for your foundation and you go into the store, you need to go next to a window or take the foundation outside and test it against your skin in the daylight. That is the best kind of light that you can have for testing and getting a true match to your skin. When you're in the stores and they have those false lights, those fluorescent lights, they are the worst kind of light to get tested on. That's why when you come home sometimes and the girls matched you in the shop and then you take it home and then you find out it's like a shade darker than your skin tone or the wrong tone for your skin. It's not that the girl didn't know what she was doing. The girl was matching you to the light that was in the store. You really need to, my best advice would be to say to the girl, could you match it on my skin? Do you mind if I walk around and see how this feels, and I'll come back, and go outside the store and check it out, and then if you're quite happy, take a mirror, go elsewhere with it, and if you're happy with it, then go in and buy it once you're 100% sure that it does match your skin tone, because fluorescent lights, nightmare. Okay, high street versus high end. Okay, foundations. I did talk about this. When it comes to foundation, I'm going to call this one a draw. Just because I found out about Maybelline Mousse Foundation. Normally, I would always say high end all the way when it comes to your foundation and your base. That is where you should splurge in your makeup kit. But this is $7.99 or something like that in that region. It goes on a mousse and it like dries on your skin like powder, and it's so light and gorgeous and your skin feels amazing. Absolutely love it. I said in my last video I found it like the poor man's Perfection Luminaire Velvet by Chanel. This is the superior product, but it's £33, so this beats it in price. And yeah, two great products. You know, if you're on a budget, it's absolutely like first class. You know, I love it. There's a lot of high-end foundations I do not like, and they cost £30 plus. That one's $7.99 and it's high street, and it's so. Let's talk about concealers. I'm going to say high end for concealers. Um, I use, this is the Bobbi Brown BB Goo palette. It's got every single one of their concealers, correctors and foundations in this palette. I like using Bobbi Brown's concealers. I think they're nice, rich and creamy for under the eye and not too heavy. And for me, it's the only one I use. I don't really use the high street concealers. I really like this one. So I'm going to give it to high end on that. Translucent powders. Again, I'm going to go with high end. It seems to be a lot of high end, but high end, and it's going to Ben Nye. Now, Ben Nye is a professional makeup brand, mostly known in the prosthetics world. That sort of special effects makeup, but it has the same price tag that you would get with a high street brand. So, I mean, it's a win-win. Professional without the big price tag. Look at the amount of this. I got this for like £16 online. And this is the powder translucent powder that Kim Kardashian uses, but she uses it in the banana shade. It does come in different shades if you prefer to have a translucent powder that comes in a shade. Quick note, it's colourless powder, but don't think talc will do the same job. Talc has got a white colour going through it. This is colourless. There's no colour going through it, so don't start slapping talcum powder like it will do the same. The white will show up on your face. Okay, now let's move on to eyes. For this one, I am going high street. Yes, my husband worked in a biscuit factory at McVitie's when he was a student, and the biscuits that you get in your supermarkets, own brands, and even like their budget, smart price brands, they're all the same biscuit. So your Jaffa cakes that you get, your McVitie's Jaffa cakes, and then you get like your Asda Jaffa cakes, and then you get the smart price Jaffa cake. They're the same biscuit, just in a different box, in a different packaging. That, swear down, he worked there, and the rumour on the street is with your kohl pencils, it's the same deal. It's the same pencil they put in all the brands. I'm not paying £10 more for the same pencil. I'm just not that stupid. So I just go into the shop and ask them for like, what's the cheapest pencil that they have. This is 17. These two are Rimmel. Give me the cheapest one, unless I'm getting like a makeup set and a pencil comes with it. But I'm not stupid. I know they're giving me a cheap pencil, kohl pencil. It's overpriced and making me look like you're getting a wonderful set. It's the same cheap pencils and the Rimmels and all the other makes. They're all the same. So, yeah, don't waste your money. I don't. Eyeliner. Okay, this one is a draw. Alright. I would say for High Street, Max Factor, Masterpiece, Glide and Define. These pen eyeliners are super easy. If you are like terrible at doing your winged out eyeliner, these eyeliners are so easy, the pen eyeliners, and it comes in at like £6 to £8 for one of these. And the downside is they dry up. They've got no life expectancy. They dry up super fast, just like any sort of felt tip pen you would have in the house for writing. These work the same way. You got really great control with it, which is why it's so easy. Just and you're out the door, and it's good if you're wanting to do this kind of avant-garde type of makeup or Halloween makeup. you know, having a jet black pen that you can do like a crazy design with is fab. It's good for having these in your kit, but longevity, there is none. So I opt for the Bobbi Brown gel liners, and for me, they are like, I think, £18.50. So I don't have to run out all the time and buy a pen. These last me quite a while, so it's actually, it works out cheaper with this, and yeah, I find it really easy to do your winged out eyeliner with this rather than a liquid liner. If I use the gel liner and just apply it on quite thick to get a really deep jet black line. Okay, so I'm going to say a draw. Mascara. I will tell you the one mascara that the makeup world raves about, believe it or not, is Max Factor False Lash Effect. Yep, everybody just absolutely loves the Max Factor False Lash Effect. So forget all your fancy ones. In fact, you normally find that the fancier, more expensive ones are quite wet and take a while to dry. Okay, so moving on to contour, but this also comes in with eyes as well. And I'm going high end, and it's the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. This one's in beige, and it's great because it can be a bronzer. You get 5 eyeshadows with it and a highlighter. If you see this one here, like, you can use all these colours individually as eyeshadows, and this one here you can use on your cheeks. I'm going to put a picture up of a model I did using this palette. I put stroke cream all over her legs. She had the most gorgeous caramel skin tone, and then with a big powder brush, I just brushed this shimmer brick all over her arms and legs and her collarbone, and then applied the off-white highlighter, which actually, when it goes on to skin, is gold. Silvery highlight would just be far too light for her skin tone, but this gold highlight just is absolutely gorgeous on her skin tone, and it is fantastic. So the fact you're getting so much, you can do so much with this one little product. High-end wins with this. 5 eyeshadows to create a really nice, glamorous, brown, shimmery, smoky eye. A highlighter for your cheeks. You brush this across your blush. You've got a shimmery blush. You put it on to make a contour your cheeks as a bronzer. It's great. Less is more, but with this, when you are contouring and putting it over your blush, because it can, if you use too much, it can make your cheeks look kind of bruised. Do you ever get that effect? Like, too much highlight. This is really strong stuff. Less is more. Okay, so moving on. Highlighter pens have to be high end, sorry, all the way. And I'm going to talk about YSL's Touche Eclat, which I will be going back to. The last one I used, well, it was like their version of Touche Eclat, is the Prep and Prime by MAC highlighting pen. Now, when YSL sell this, they sell it like it's a concealer, and when I'm putting it on, I'm quite heavy on with it. I, do the triangle highlighting under the eye, and put it in other places as well that I would like to highlight. But when I did that with the MAC, and you're not supposed to, you should use it as a highlight pen and just put it like where you would like to highlight on the cheek, but I did with the YSL one, I would put it everywhere across under my eye, the triangle. When I did that with the MAC one, I did it on a client, and when I seen the photos the next day, she looked like she had been going for skin grafts. Her face looked like a burns victim. She was at night, at a night out. The flash bounced off her face. It looked ridiculous. Obviously didn't look like that when there wasn't a flash bouncing off her face, but this is a light reflecting pen. So that totally, you know, that light totally bounced off her face and it looked bizarre. Her friend who was in the house while I was doing her makeup said, could you do something with me quickly? That's, you know, that always happens when you're doing people's makeup in their house and then people watch you doing the makeup and then say, oh, can you do something with me? So they had like 5 minutes to get out the door. I quickly put a kohl pencil on her eyelid, smudged it, and just put to give her a little bit of a smoky eye, and put a dollop of the Prep and Prime in her eyelid. Her makeup looked amazing. In the photos, her eyes were popping. It looked gorgeous. Everybody was commenting on the pictures about how great she looked. And the girl who got the full face looked like a burns victim. I'm going to go back to YSL because for me, the formula is just so much better. It allows me to be, if I go a bit mad and a bit too much heavy on it, which I don't think I will. I think I've learnt my lesson not to, but if I do, it's a nicer formula. It's not going to make you look cray-cray, do you know? So for me, this is the reason why it's the #1 highlighting pen in the world, for a reason, because it's the best. So for that one, high end all the way. If you know of a high street version that's just as good, let me know. I'll give it a whirl, but I'm dubious. Okay, let's see. Highlighting, blush, high street, absolutely bourgeois blusher. I had like every shade when I was growing up. I just absolutely loved bourgeois blusher. And here's a little known fact, or maybe not so known fact. It's owned by Chanel. So that lets you know a lot of why it's such a good quality high street product, because their boss is Chanel. Ooh. Okay, lips. Well, this is one's a draw. Your high-end brands will have been selling like the same lipstick for the last 20 years because, you know, it's a good quality lipstick. It's their best seller. Everybody likes the colour, and, you know, but it's the same lipstick that they've been selling for God knows how long. When you get brands like Max Factor and Rimmel and Maybelline and all these companies, they constantly are bringing out new lipsticks lasting 24 hours. They have the chemists in the lab all the time bringing out new products. And you know what? More often than not, their 24-hour lasting lipstick does last, like, as long as it's saying it's lasting. It's pretty good. So I'm going to go with a draw here because, yes, the high-end lipsticks are gorgeous and good quality, but so are the high street. They're also of great quality too. So there you go. That's me. Now, today I'm sporting a pretty fresh face today, and my next video will be a makeup tutorial, and I'm going to be doing, for my first makeup tutorial, a non-makeup makeup look. So if you like this, then watch my next video. And I've been in town today, out and about, so yeah, this is makeup. I don't look like this. This is a little something something. Okay, guys.